Morning and welcome back to the Home Renovation Experts. Steve here, back on the garden room build. It's Sunday. Thought I'd get outside, get away from the kitchen that I'm currently doing. Bit of fresh air, it's all good, isn't it? Looking lovely. So, the thing that I want to tackle today, mostly, is here. If I step back a little bit, you can see a bit of this big old space here, right? So, when we first designed the garden room, we thought, right, we'll just build a garden room, job done. But then you kind of got this little space here. And although we have got the storage area on the side, why not have a little cover over here? So you just put your bikes and other bits and pieces like that, things starts to fill up, or just stuff you don't need to put inside, but covered. So what I'm going to do is, you can see I've put this return on here. So this is covered now in Western Red Cedar, not quite, feather edge board. I'm now going to put the support, this one, on this side, all the way across. I'll then stick on top of that OSB, and then we've still got enough of the rubber from the roof, because I over-ordered intentionally, to put on the top. So this will actually have a rubber EDPM roof on it. It's only going to be a basic little thing. It's just going to do the job. I say basic, you know, it's still like 4x3 inch wood and stuff like that. It's going to be well built. But what I'm going to do is, the way I've decided to build it, is that because I want to try and keep this as watertight as possible, all the way down here, I could sort of stagger this and kind of build it out here somewhere, build a little framework that holds it, and then water just drips down here. But I'd like to make it so that the whole thing is completely waterproof underneath. So if you put bikes over this fence, they're not going to get wet and stuff like that. So my plan is going to be to basically bring the OSB across onto this fence, and then have my rubber EDPM roofing hit there and then come up, and I'll put some feather edge board to cover it on this side, just keep it pinned up. In order to make that work, I'm going to have to put a run on it in that direction, so that water will run off of it naturally, and I'll put a little down pipe down this end. It is what it is, it's a little lean-to, but I'm going to try and make it as like watertight and as nice as possible. So that's my plan. So I've got this one trimmed and cut. So this is basically the start off of this fence post, and it's going to be longer than this one, because actually it's going to go, I want to make sure I get like a fixing on that other post, the last one there, so it's nice and supported. Once that's done, I'll then cut some OSB and get that on as well. I'm also going to make sure there's a little bit of an angle on here, not as dangly as that, because that's quite an extreme angle, but a little angle, just allow the framework to run in this direction, then it'll hit this one, which then goes in that direction, and it'll bugger off down that way somewhere. So that's my plan. So I've got this one done, I've got that cut, I'll get it fitted to these fence posts and crack on from there. Right, so the first part is now done. Obviously cutting that bit wood to length is quite a good bit, but also I've notched out these. So basically, because if these were still in place, my wood would go on it, there'd be a gap here, obviously, which is not the best. So by making it flush, it means my wood's going to sit across there nicely, nice and tight, which means my rubber EDPM will come up, lip over here a little bit, get fitted on with batten, and that means the whole thing's going to run smooth all the way through. Done it to save that end as well. So that is that done. So basically now I'll get the wood up on. This will also help hold it, support it, which is quite handy because it's a heavy bit of wood. And I'll get it fixed, and then I'll fix this end first, get the level right on the back end so that I know I've got the run of water coming off of it. Job is a good one. Right, so there you go. You can see kind of got that back length on beautifully. You can see I've got a front support on. You can see I've got a nice little drop on there, which is beautiful, heading obviously in this direction, so water will run this way. And then as we come across this bit, it's obviously running in the other direction, so you just see there, so it's heading in that way, which is beautiful. So what I'll do is, I'll get 3 more of these up, just 4 of them would be plenty, just to support the OSB. So I'll get 4 of those cut, stick them up, and then yeah, but now you kind of got the fundamental sort of rough shape of it. It's beautiful, it's like, it's gonna be a nice little area actually. Yeah, I love doing this sort of stuff. It's just making the best use of space. Otherwise it's dumping ground, which it can be a dumping ground, but it could be a covered dumping ground. And I think what we'll also do is put some weed membrane down, and then cover the whole area in pea as well. Good for drainage, stops the water from like spatting up the back of the garden room, stuff like that. Not this bit really mattered because obviously it could be covered, but down the side as well. So yeah, right, 3 more of these barbells to cut and stick them up. Bonjour and welcome back. So there you go, you can now see, I get down here, there you go. There's the basic framework of the roof. It's a bit clear, it's a bit see-through, but it's a nice colour there, so that's okay. So what I've done is I put actually an extra one in. Do you know why? Because I suddenly realised I obviously need one to carry the joint between the OSB, which is 2.4 metres. So that one will carry the joint, and there's a little piddly bit that goes between that one and that one. So what I'm going to do now is I will get the OSB measured up and cut, and get that up into place. That's a nice little one now, compared to doing a big roof. This is a little baby one, which is nice. Perfect for a Sunday. So what I'll do is get a cut. Now what I obviously bit like all these sort of things, this fence runs out comparative to the squareness of my beautiful garden room. So I'm going to treat this as my straight edge off of the building, and then the angle we would cut off of that side over there. So I mean, I think it runs out, what was it, about 100 mil between the front of the building here and that side of the fence, and into the back from there to there. So it's not a billion miles off considering everything into account. So yeah, so that's what that is. So right, I'm going to get that OSB cut and let's get the first piece on. Well, there you go. That takes a bit of weight. Well, it takes me anyway. There you go. There's a sort of roof now put on it. So I've just literally nailed it into place. Just found the roof joist, fired straight into that. Job is a good one. Nice and secure, nice and sturdy. Takes me. So I now go underneath and show you that. Hang on. Bring it down there for a second. And now we have this beautiful, look at this little space. What a lovely morning's work. I love doing this sort of stuff. Look at that. Beautiful, Bernard. So what I'll do is I'll get the tools off the top. Then what I'm going to do is make sure this is all nice, not rough edges. You can see like little finishes like that, just kind of angled it so it fits into the post a bit nicer. And then get the rubber EDPM, glue it onto the top. I'll then curl it around here, and then what I'll get is a bit of batten, which I've got loads of like offcuts, and I'll pin that in that little recess there, which will keep that done. As it comes around the corner here, you know, this is what it is, it's a lean-to. A bit of silicone to kind of make that joint nice, and sort of, yeah, I'll just work the rubber as I can, just to make sure it kind of like, it protects it for as long as possible, because obviously water getting in there will eventually kind of rot this, so you want to protect it as much as possible, especially with the open end. But this stuff does last a long time. And yeah, very nice. So I love it. I wish I had something like this at my house. I do. Just somewhere to put your crap. You know, we've got like 2 kids. Storage stuff would be brilliant. Right, I'm going to get this rubber out, get it cut, and get it up. Right, so what I've done is I just laid this down, so you can see it curves up into that aperture beautifully. It overhangs over there. It's the perfect size, literally spot on. So now you can see that's what it's going to look like, which is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my batten. I'm going to batten this bit on now. So I literally just put the batten across there, fire it into the fence post at the top, and that is it. That top bit would all be pinned. I'll then take this whole thing, flop it over that way, over the fence, glue the surface, get said roof, put it back across, and then just like brush it on to get it adhesed on. So adhesed, is that word? You know what I mean? But basically that is what I'm going to do. So I will jump down, get the batten, and have a little look at that bit. So you got battens on there, you can just see it just there. So you can just see I've rolled it up, put it on there nicely. Just put this last little bit on the edge. Beautiful. Using the stuff that comes with the pack. If you didn't know where I got this from, this is from I can't remember. It's gone. I'll tell you later. But basically it comes in a kit. You get adhesive, you get a big roller, but you know, I'll use that on a big roof and I'm not going to clean it out, so I've got this little one to do it with. But that's perfectly okay because this is only a baby roof. And literally, if I can find my way into the tub, it says open. I'll try at that point then, seems like a sensible place to start. Crack it open. And obviously this stuff is just purely designed for use with this gear. So literally, I'm going to put it here, load up my mini roller, apply it liberally, and unlike the roof, where like if you watch the roof video, you put this one on, you know that I leave 100mm at the end to put the contact adhesive in, let it tack off all that kind of stuff. Because of what this is, I'm just going to put this stuff to the edge. It doesn't matter, it's going to be perfectly fine, it'll glue down. I'll tack it when it gets around the corner. Job's a good one. But yeah, so I'm just going to apply stuff quite liberally. Get it underneath the rubber there as well. It's no problem. Give it a good old coat. Lovely, lovely. Like so. What I also did was went around, and any nails that are proud, I've just pushed those home as well. So I'm going to do that all the way through, and then basically I'll do it that depth all the way across this way. Roll that bit back first, and I'll get on this roof, and that last little bit there, easy peasy. So I'll do that now. So there you go, there's the first part on. Now I've just rolled the last bit here, and I'll literally just roll this thing out. Lovely, lovely jubbly. And that's why I fixed that in, so it wouldn't like pull it this way as I'm trying to do this bit. Nice. And then literally just fold that bit into the corner temporarily, underneath there. And then what I'm gonna do is grab a broom or a dustpan brush, whichever I can get the quickest, give it a good old push over, and that is basically that fit, except for just finishing off around the the two sides for the cuts. Beautiful. Right, so now it's glued in, looking like this, very nice. And what I've also done is to finish the front, has some of this plastic trim left over. So I just thought it just makes it a bit neater, tidies up nicely so you can see, all nicely finished. That'll do nicely, nice and watertight, happy days. So that is that part done. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that, that was my son. My wife and my kids have come round to have a play date with like the young kid who's here because he's brilliant. And I know the mother because we do B&I together, so that's a nice one. So I've got a family around, so I do get disturbed a bit though. So here we go, we're at the back now. You can see, nicely curved round here, all pinned in place by this, so no one's going to get down there. No cover cap there, loads of silicone underneath that to keep it all pinned in and nice. Same over this side, just keep it all going. That is it. So you can see, all I need to do now is get a piece of the feather edge board just to finish off underneath there. I haven't actually got a bit, I need to pick one up, but basically that is it done. What a great little space, lovely and watertight, ready to store loads of stuff. Happy days. Don't forget, if you like what you've seen, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. And apart from that, I'll see you all tomorrow when I'm back in the kitchen job that I'm currently on, so I'll see you there.